Hi friends and new friends, I'm Tao of Satoshi and you're watching Cash Alternative TV. How hard is it to promote Dash in brand new markets and in new languages? This is the challenge faced by today's guest, Rod Ambrissi. He's the host of Dash Dinheiro Digital. And he joined the show today to talk about his proposals and his challenges and adventures in promoting Dash in his home country of Brazil. Please enjoy. Welcome to Cash Alternative TV. I'm Tao of Satoshi, and today I have an interesting guest with me. His name is Rod Ambrissi. He's the host of Dash Dinheiro Digital. It's a program about Dash in Portuguese, sorry. And he's with me today to discuss his proposal and his new proposal. Welcome to the show, Rod.
Thank you very much, Tal. Thanks for having me here. It's been a short period since I presented my first proposal, and the TV show just took off in a brand new market, and it's been going great.
Excellent. So for the viewers in Dash Nation that might not know who exactly you are and would like to get to know you better, could you just give yourself a short bio and how did you get involved in digital cash?
Well, definitely. I do live in the U.S. with my wife. I'm originally from Brazil, but even though I grew up in Canada, Slovakia, Holland, Mexico, and U.S., I travel all over the world. I ended up spending 15 years as well on board working in a cruise ship with video production and entertainment. I got into digital currency, pretty much Bitcoin, in 2014 when I was looking in a cheap way to send money to my parents in Brazil. I didn't feel like paying any bank fees. Like a majority of international transactions, there's a huge bureaucracy, and not being able to open a bank account in the US or any other country I was at the moment for lack of documentation, if you have just the tourist visa. Came across Bitcoin, Googling at some point. I thought it was, yeah, cool, some internet money. Start reading more and more. Did not send money to Brazil using Bitcoin. Ended up choosing the bank path at the time, but with time I got really into it, even though I'm a technical guy regarding broadcasting, editing, television, not on developing or as a developer or programmer. So, but reading more and more, I'm like, wow, this is really cool. This is interesting. I don't know when really I got into following the Daily Decrypt with Amanda B. Johnson. And I was one of the many who transitioned with her to Dash Detail. And following the discussions about Bitcoin, I moved my investments from Bitcoin to Dash, basically because of that TV show. She was actually one of the persons who helped me put together my first proposal review and give me a few tips how to tweak things. And in June, I wasn't really happy. I was holding a cubicle job. And I'm like, I need to do something that's fun, that's interesting, that what I did in the past, which is working with broadcasting, hosting, television. I posted a message on Dash Forum about creating a TV show for the Brazilian crowd. I speak Portuguese. Interesting thing, a guy from Canada who speaks Portuguese from Portugal reached out to me saying, hey, that's a great idea, let's partnership. He's actually one of the master nodes as well. So he introduced me to the entire Dash community in Brazil, the Telegram group, the websites. From there, I presented the proposal, and the commitment was to make 16 videos in 2 months. In 7 weeks, I made over 50 videos because the audience just exploded.
Okay, so you credit Amanda B. Johnson with getting you into Dash, eh?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Seems to be a lot of people that have followed that route, and with the recent developments of her health issues, whichever they may be, we all wish her the best.
Yes, me too. I ended up sending her an email as well to the Dash email. She has it, but I wish well as well. That's the situation that it's very delicate for all of us.
So besides Amanda B. Johnson, what were the things that attracted you to Dash apart from Bitcoin? What do you think Dash can offer people that Bitcoin can't?
I think it was more the governance system of the 45% for the miners, 45 for the master nodes, and 10 for the treasury. That's something that really got my attention. Having a degree in political sciences and really focus on social issues, and I think it was a very democratic way to decide the future of the network or the coin in general, giving this opportunity for the person in charge get into a voting system, which I was just telling my wife. I presented the proposal yesterday, and I think that's maybe how a politician feels like it, because I'm waiting for people to vote, and I have to you know, come back with arguments, and people have tough questions. The community is not easy. You know, there's some tough questions, some criticism, some heavy criticism, and I'm like, how dare you vote no to my proposal? You know, you have no idea how much I've been working. But then you have to explain, you know, where you're spending the money. And for my first proposal, the best way was I created a 10 minutes video in English explaining the master nodes, what we achieve in such a short term. And I actually posted on my personal YouTube page. I didn't want people on that page to see, you know, more of the marketing strategy of reaching smaller YouTube first, getting myself into their channels, calling them to come to my channel, presenting an interview with them in a proper professional broadcast news station, and automatically they share that video on their viewers, and their viewers come to my channel organically. It's been working tremendously. One of the numbers that I gave on the video presentation, in 7 weeks, the channel or the videos are being shared in over 800 other YouTuber pages, and this is a huge number.
Okay, so why don't you explain how your first proposal was, and some of the numbers that you have, how it influenced viewers in Portuguese.
All right, so the way I divided it was I had the idea to first create, you know, what is Dash, the concept, download the first wallet. I made a video, very important as well, just presenting the website. You know, it's like, say, hey, everybody, listen, this is the website of Dash. That's the picture of the CEO. Those are the developers. There's a marketing team. There's a team of developers, because this shows credibility. In Brazil at the moment, there are so many scams taking place with new coins or new pyramid schemes that people need to stay away, and presenting a website with faces, with pictures, shows them great credibility. Organically and with time, like most of the playlists I develop on the fly, because one thing I noticed, majority of the viewers are male under 30. So I managed to come across 4 girls that they do peer-to-peer exchange. I interviewed them, and I created a little playlist called Crypto Woman, where they have a voice to talk about the impact of being a woman inside a Telegram group or a WhatsApp group where there's 1,000 guys. Yeah. You know, and they have a huge voice. They're doing business. The volume of their exchange is actually quite high. And one of them told me, they're like, believe it or not, guys rather buy from me than another guy peer-to-peer or sell, simply because I'm a woman. They sense this personal touch, or I don't know what it is. So this was another great opportunity that developed on the fly. I made a couple videos about, you know, not detailed explanation, but a simple explanation of blockchain, about the creation of money and the money system in Brazil, about the debt in Brazil, things like that, to give people a better understanding the importance of a digital private currency. One of the most important segments that I started 4 weeks ago, which is part of the new proposal, is the Dash Weekly News. This has been huge. One of the things that I noticed as well is talking about Dash for a group of Dash people, it's good. But I'm talking about another cryptocurrency sometimes just to insert myself into other cryptocurrency groups. I got kicked out from a Bitcoin a group on Facebook for talking too much about Dash. I think, you know, but once I add 1 or 2 Bitcoin news here, there, what's happening, the number of viewers increase. And again, it's bringing traffic to the channel, and this strategy is working. I noticed a lot of people didn't want to put their faces out there. One said, hey, you want to do an interview, talk about how you're mining, how you're setting up your system, or, you know, what you're doing? They're like, yeah, I don't want to be on TV. So actually I created the podcast version, which I just have a camera recording my equipment, but then I export and I give them the opportunity to download the MP3 file on SoundCloud. Another issue that I explain as well, for example, Brazil is one of the few countries that still charge people per minute for phone calls and per text message. Oh, wow. It's not like in the US or Canada, which is like, you know, unlimited calls, unlimited text. So this stops a lot of people from watching videos or interacting with the channel on their cell phone, with the cell phones. That's another point that through Google Analytics, I could see most of the viewers are still on desktop, not a lot of on cell phones, which Google gives you all this information about the channel. So you have to always understand those analytics. So with the professional account on SoundCloud, I open up, I export all the videos into MP3, and I'm doing all the podcast interviews, which gives them the opportunity to download the file, load into their phones or tablets or laptop, and listen in the way to work. So also a lot of great comments regarding this strategy that work well. The mining community in Brazil is extremely close, even though there's only a few people mining Dash. I didn't know anything about mining. I'm not a miner. I never mine anything. A lot of people are reaching to me about asking questions about mining, so I'm working with some guys that know about mining to give more proper information. I ended up finding a guy mining Dash, a guy from Brazil mining Dash in Japan, who gave us some good insights as well. And some interesting fact is another guy from Brazil living in Japan, about 5 blocks away from his house, was also mining Dash, and they didn't know each other.
Wow.
So now they're friends. I was reached out. There's an exclusive mining group in Brazil that was created recently to mine with D3 anti-miner. They managed to buy 3 anti-miners straight from Bitmain websites. They're gonna be getting, I think, next month as well. So they're putting together this pool of groups as well. So giving proper information. I made a mistake, which a lot of people, one of the master nodes being criticizing me on the new proposal, telling about the wrong block size, which once they told me I was wrong, I reviewed the video and I wrote down, listen guys, I made a mistake. I didn't say the proper megabyte size of the blocks, you know. But I've been learning as well myself. One of the examples is I had 3 guys who came out to me on WhatsApp, and they're like, listen, we're just waiting for one of the guys to close on the sale of his apartment. We want to set up a master node. We're all putting our dashes together. Can you help us? I'm like, guys, I don't know how to set up a master node. I never set up one. Let me check. And what's amazing is that the trust that they put on me, just being a face with the Dash logo, about 1,000 dashes, you know, today is a substantial amount of money. So building this trust among the community and inserting myself into other communities, it's been working greatly.
Yeah, well, if I can plug myself for a minute there, the next time you encounter that situation, you can send them to my Masternode Guide for Dummies.
I definitely will. I've been watching that one because I'm a dummy on that subject. But even now, this past week, about the whole ICO change with the China news, and then apparently a fake news as well about this subject. We record a podcast about it. I've been learning more about ICO, and every time I tell people, you know, every time I have the chance, I plug into the channel. I'm like, listen, guys, that's why I dove head first into Dash, because Dash is a self-fund cryptocurrency. Dash is not gonna partner with any corporation to ask for money. It's the other way around. We're sponsoring corporations around. We're sponsoring projects. We're sponsoring athletes. Just now as well. A huge player on Dash in Brazil, the MC who translate the videos into Portuguese as well. He managed to get a sponsorship for a guy who competes with horse riding, and it's been great. He got first place last week. He's got to compete again next month. He made a couple videos. I put on my news. And we're working together, and I'm very surprised how the Dash community in Brazil is close, and more the groups on Telegram and WhatsApp is growing. It's amazing.
Yeah, and getting to that point that you made about trust, I think that's very important. You know, especially in the climate right now with the ICOs and stuff like that. You want to have a group of people that you can trust, and I think that's important to establish, especially in a country like Brazil.
Correct. And one of the things that I want to make sure that the channel look so professional, that I pay attention on details, is this. How we're going to get a family, a dad with a daughter and a son, to invest his savings, maybe his retirement, into a cryptocurrency that you don't know where it's coming and where it's going. So having a proper channel helps a lot. At the moment, I lost control of my personal Facebook. So many people add me and ask me questions of the WhatsApp group and the Telegram group. I'm managing the Instagram account, the Twitter account, the Facebook account. and it's just a lot happening, right?
Yep.
And this is, trust is essential, because you have to have something for them to rely on. And one of the things that I did since the beginning is, guys, listen, look at the websites, look at the players. People are here, have real names, they have real faces. We are developing a program. I made sure to put on my channel the playlist from Mark for Dash Weekly News. Say, hey, we have a Dash TV show in English. I put Jason's playlist. Say, hey, we have also a Dash TV show in Spanish. Alex reached out to me, say, hey, listen, we have actually a Dash in Russian as well. I already add the playlist in Russian, even though people can't understand, but at least they see, look, this is real, this is happening. It's not just one guy with a nice PowerPoint presentation with beautiful graphics saying you gotta get 50% return per day. It's a real corporation, it's a real decentralized autonomous organization taking place on the entire planet.
Yeah, that's what I call it. The Dash Nation is global, and you see it all the time. Yeah. Just this morning, I saw a YouTube video from 3 guys from Morocco that want to start Dash in Morocco as well, and they have a proposal too. So you can just see the movement. You can see the snowball rolling down the hill, and it's really a good thing to be a part of, isn't it?
It is, and the proposal, I'm glad that I mean, I think that's how a politician would feel, because I was like, well, people are voting yes, people are voting no. It's going, and you have to be very careful once you're dealing with money. I came from other huge corporations managing a global operation in the cruise industry. I've seen people getting fired because of $12 missing on an account that they couldn't explain where it was. Right, but after other several accumulation of problems as well. But so dealing with money is extremely important. So it's essential to give a feedback. One of the Jays actually wrote down the proposal there. Say, hey, how about you give a monthly report of how the channel is? I'm like, great. I never thought about giving a monthly report. I just gave a report at the end of the proposal. So from now on, I'm gonna give a monthly report as well to say, okay, this month we achieved this month we achieved this. The segment I'm gonna focus the most now is business, companies, and services that accept Dash. Believe it or not, I interview a barber. Last time I was in a barber was 2004. For obvious reasons, I don't get a lot of haircuts, right? But this guy is accepting Dash. So give him the opportunity to be on a professional-looking TV show, to talk about his business for 5 minutes, and saying then he accepts Dash. Open up the door for me. I have an internet provider from a small city who saw it and wants to accept Dash. Tomorrow, I'm going to interview a dentist who is a Bitcoin enthusiast. Now he wants to accept Dash for his dental plan, which a lot of people don't know that. But believe it or not, I fly to Brazil to go to the dentist. Dentists in US, the price is it's huge. It's amazing how expensive it is. It's cheaper for me to buy $1,000 plane ticket and go to the dentist in Brazil. So I told the guy, I'm like, listen, accepting Dash as a dentist, you got to get some international clients here pretty soon. Even though some people might complain, say, hey, what's the point of you talking about his business? We're opening. Majority of the people that I talk in Brazil that are dealing Dash, they're just holders. They're just buying and holding. So the purpose of the next 3 months is get business who accept Dash to create a volume on the network. We need people to start moving this money around, because buying, holding, you're not going to get us much far, maybe in the long term, but we need to create a volume on the network. And it's going slowly. One of the things that I learned as well, there's an altcoin called Decred, which is more popular than Dash in Brazil, just because you can mine Decred with Ethereum at the same time. So for a miner, I think that's how it works. I'm not a specialist in mining. So for a miner, you can mine 2 coins at the same time. Why is he gonna mine Dash on a GPU board? So that coin is growing faster among peer-to-peer than Dash. So there's a higher volume. So that's something that I'm like, well, see, we have to start implementing more and more business, even if it's the guy selling popcorn at the door of the stadium. The guy offering a barber service. There's a graffiti artist accepting Dash. There's a guy who builds a stand-up desk for office, which is getting big in Brazil. He accepts Dash. I did also a video with him. And slowly we're picking up more people. Like, I noticed I'm in a transition where on the first month and a half, I had to reach out to people to say, hey, would you like to be on my TV show? Now this kind of switch. People are coming to me and say, hey, how can I be on your YouTube show? And it's a delicate situation, because I have to be careful who I bring on, but it shows how the channel is growing.
Awesome. It's good to hear. So yeah, in any country that we want to establish Dash in, we're always going to have that catch-22. We're going to have the businesses that don't want to accept it because there's no people that hold it, and nobody's going to want to hold it because there's no businesses to accept it. And we want to get that economy started. So people that start try to get a foothold in different countries are going to have to go both ways. You know, they're going to have to talk to businesses and to customers.
Yeah, it's happening. It's slowly, but it's happening. At the moment, Bitcoin is still the biggest coin around, right? It's the first one. And I was just reading one website here. Less than 1% of the people of the planet know what Bitcoin is. Can you imagine Dash and other altcoins? The number is even lower. So we are in a very small market at the moment. So partner with other business miners, cryptocurrencies, platforms to do an integration between Dash and other coins where you can buy and sell. It's essential for the entire ecosystem to grow.
Absolutely. So I want to go through a little bit about your current proposal and what you're offering to the Dash network right now.
All right, definitely. So the current proposal is I'm offering 60 videos on the next 3 months, including the podcast, which is 5 videos per week, 3 videos and 2 podcasts. So that's the amount of videos that I know I'm able to create, because that's what I did on the past 3-4 weeks. I'm in favor of doing it first and then asking for the funds later. That's what I did from the first proposal. And in the middle now, everything that I'm actually asking for the first proposal is already in place and it's already happening, which is the social media management, the podcast, and the weekly news on Sunday, which I totally lost my Saturday and Friday because I spent both days now editing. But again, Monday and Tuesday, I'm actually good. I'm 100% focused on the channel. I left my job just to be part of literally the Dash Nation. And some people were like, hey, this price is expensive. I'm basing the price on the US market. If you wanna hire a video production company to create a institutional video, it costs between $1,000 to $3,000 per video on a cheap production company. So my videos will cost less than $1,000 each. On a space of 3 months, but also I'm including the social media engagement, and management, also the podcast, and I'm partnered with dashbr.com. That's the Brazilian news website. Most of the time, they take news from Dash Force News. We have some volunteers working. There was some small amount of money sponsoring just the website, the providers hosting the website. So I'm gonna see if we can start paying people to write down news. Jayza presented a proposal as well to write news in Portuguese. We'll be happy to broadcast his news in Portuguese in our website, the same as we do with Dash Force News. And this integration is great. I can't wait actually to ask. I forgot the name of the gentleman who made the airplane commercial about Dash.
Oh, Aerolet Studios.
Yes, the Aerolet Studios. I'm gonna see if he can send me the video with the sound effects, but without the voiceover, so we can dub a voiceover in Portuguese, and I'm gonna use on my channel as much as I can because the commercial is fantastic. It's funny, it's cool, you know. So this partnership and this integration, it's great. I make sure to use the Dash logo everywhere, even on my name. The D for Rod has the Dash logo there. The name of the channel, the personalized email, the personalized Skype, you know, this standardization of the marketing package helps put the Dash logo everywhere. We're working a package for swags as well, for t-shirts, keychains, something to give it away for free. And I'm working, this is gonna come for maybe the next proposal in January, where I'm gonna have a live show on Sunday night, like around 9 o'clock, where people will interact, and then through the timeline of Twitter, I'll be able to buy them a cup of coffee and send them $5, you know, through my television, my computer monitor live on YouTube. So I'm creating a whole display for it. We'll be on there soon, but that's what I'm offering, and I'm here to stay for a long term.
Well, I don't mind telling you that I really admire your enthusiasm, and it's people like you that we need in Dash Nation to help spread the word. And when you establish yourself in these countries, and, you know, you have this one proposal, but I can see lots of spin-offs probably happening from this proposal because you have a lot of energy, and I'm sure the people that are around you are going to feed off of that too. And so that's what I look for in people that I want to support, and you would definitely have my votes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of work. I had to change whole, as I mentioned to you, I record everything from my basement, and there's an open civil war with my wife now on her schedule to turn it on the air conditioning, the water heater, the washer, or the dryer, because it's right behind me. And once I'm recording, I can't have background noise. You know how perfect I want the TV show to be. But it's happening. It's growing fast. I'm sometimes out of time to reply to people asking for helps, for tips, because the amount of information it's being broadcast, it's amazing.
Okay, so let me pick your brain for a minute before you go.
Sure.
What advice would you have for people that are starting out Dash in brand new markets, such as yourself? How would they start, and what advice would you have for them?
First of all, put your face there with your real name. I think trust is the #1 issue on third world countries with pyramid schemes. As I mentioned to you, in probably 7 weeks, I got 500 new friends on Facebook. People find me on Facebook and add me. And I think it's a personal touch. You know, the person sees you and watches your show. I'm like, you know what, man, just go there. You know, we can be friends on Facebook. I don't post anything personal on Facebook, but it is there. So be honest, put your face there, put your name. If you made a mistake, just say you made a mistake. There's lots to learn. I'm learning lots. I need to learn how to set up a masternode to help those guys. I mean, the guy sold his entire condo to invest in Dash with 2 other guys. You know, wow. It's a big responsibility you have on your hands, managing money, especially giving money. My first video on Dash there, the one that's for the first time, if you land on the page, is listen. I say, listen, this is not a financial advisor channel. I don't give any financial advice. I'm here to give you information. You make the decisions on your own. It's an alternative cryptocurrency, and there's the credibility of a whole organization, and you can find more information on the video. And I think that's what they need to do as well. You know, reach out to people, explain. If you're technical, great, you can produce great quality production value. If not, great as well. You know, be humble and explain with details. If you make a mistake, write it down, you made a mistake, but grow from there. Reach out to business, because people at the moment just buying Dash and putting their wallets, we're not going to go anywhere with that. So we need to create a traffic. We need to create volume in the network, and that's on microtransaction. And that's actually where Dash succeed. Any other cryptocurrency is on instant microtransactions.
Excellent. So do you have anything to add before we let you go?
No, just a big thank you to all the masternodes who support my first proposal, and now are already my second proposal is doing pretty good online as well. I wanted to thank you as well for having me here. As I mentioned to you, I needed to put my face out on the international community for them to know me here on the Dash Nation. Of course, Amanda B. Johnson was the first person who I followed from the Daily Decrypt to Dash Detail, and helped me with my first proposal. She's something that I can't thank her enough. And from here now, there's more plans to come for a strategic marketing plan for the entire country and the entire globe coming soon. So thank you very much once again, and I appreciate your time.
Oh, it's great to have you. So I wish you the best of luck in your efforts to develop Dash in Brazil. And thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Tal. Thank you. See you later.
Take care. Well, and that was my chat with Rod Ambrissi. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more from me in Cash Alternative TV episodes. Until next time, remember, Dash is a digital alternative to cash, and becoming more so every day. Bye for now.